Well, hello everyone and welcome to Forever Biz Team Sizzle. This is our bi-weekly webinars and today is the 18th of January 2017. Happy January everyone. The topics today is how does MLM industry work? A lot of the times we come into the MLM industry and we don't know what it is, and this presentation should explain and give you a very good understanding of what it is and how it works. Then we're going to move into the questions and answers, and that would be your time to talk, and then we'll cover the upcoming events. So let's review what's the MLM profession or MLM professional. We did this last webinar, but it's nice to review because the topic is very much around the MLM. So network marketing or multi-level marketing or team marketing, it's also called, is an industry in which the sales force is compensated not only for sales they generate, but also for sales of other salespeople that they recruit. This recruited sales force is referred to as a participant's downline and can provide multiple levels of compensation. Network marketing professional, in its turn, is a professional skilled in sales, recruitment, and coaching their team members. So right here you see three very critical skills. It's sales, recruitment, and coaching. So in other words, the MLM career is also known as the 4-year career. And in fact, this presentation goes over the 4-year career book that was written by Richard Brooks. And it's he's a multi-million-dollar MLM professional that's been in the industry for many, many years. So he wrote this book that we're going to review. So the new concepts for us to learn as far as MLM industry is there's three new concepts that a lot of the people don't understand first when they start the MLM career. It's compounding. Another concept is geometric progression. And last concept is residual income. Overall, all these concepts and the residual income really creates wealth. It creates wealth. And that is our end product. And this is not something that we can refer to, monthly commissions. It's not something that we can refer to as, our pay. It's wealth that we're creating if we do this right. So we're building the wealth via a residual income. We all need to understand that it cannot be built overnight. It takes about 4 to 5 years to build the residual income stream, and it is a lot of hard work. So don't ever be fooled by anybody saying, oh, there's nothing to do, you just sit there and you recommend products. It's a lot of hard work, and it takes 4 to 5 years to build. As a foundation of all this is the right company, the right products, and the commitment. And the commitment needs to be very, very high for the person so that they continue doing the activities that, 90% of the people won't. So the residual income or the wealth can equate to $1 to $5 million of assets in the course of these years. And this is a very significant amount of assets. Just show me 1 or 2 people that would be able to accumulate that amount within 4 to 5 years of working at any job. That's just nearly impossible. And even if you are a CIO of a company, you might be making $250,000, you still will not be able to accumulate $1 million in 4 to 5 years, let alone, live and accumulate, let alone accumulate, receive that residual income, and be able to invest additional money into other assets. So all this is done in multi-level marketing without any monetary investment and without any risk. We all start with buying for ourselves a few simple products that we use, to learn about the products, to experience them. That's about all the investment entails. And it is a light speed by the wealth building standards, this accumulation. So you see the trend on the bottom. It's just a regular, trend. But that's basically what is happening in any kind of MLM company or MLM business that, a business owner would be building, slowly building year after year after year, increasing their business just a little bit. Laws that make it work are various for various companies. Sometimes it's two who, you bring two, who bring two, who bring two. Sometimes it's you recruit five, who recruit five, who recruit five. It's very different in every different MLM company. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7, who brings 7, who brings 7. It doesn't really matter. All that this business does, it builds based on the duplication of activities. The duplication of activities is the cornerstone of this business. So, and it's a simple set of activities that you learn, that you can coach to others. 4 cornerstones to an MLM career are people, products, money, and asset value. And a lot of people, as they get into this business, they are a little confused and they go, what am I supposed to do? How do I recruit people? Where am I supposed to find them? How many do I need? What are they supposed to be doing, etc. And when we start, talking about the products, people might think, what kind of products work? What kind of products don't work? How do we sell them? Who else would we get to sell them? So there are all these little unanswered questions. The money is the next cornerstone. How do I get paid? Why do I get paid? How can I continue to get paid? Those are the questions. And then for asset value, which is your wealth that you're building, is how can it continue to become an asset? What is residual income? How do I know that what I build will be residual? How much is it worth? How do we know how much we may accumulate in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? So let's go through each one of them. So as we discussed before, the foundation of the MLM business is the duplication. It is the power of duplication that makes it work. So here's a simple model. It's just a simple representation. Obviously, we've talked about that there could be you bring 5, that bring 5, that bring 5, or you bring 3, that bring 3, that bring 3, etc. But it all starts with you. Well, this model in particular shows 4. It's a duplication of 4. So you bring 4 people that will then each in turn bring 4, which makes it 16. Each one of those 16 will bring 4, which makes it 64. Each one of those 64 will bring 4, which makes it 256. And each one of the 256 brings 4, which is 1,024. Here you see 5 different levels levels underneath you, and it is a geometrical progression that actually magnifies with each level. So it's just a model. The people. So the very first thing that most of us do when we start an MLM business, we become totally overwhelmed. Our head explodes. We don't know what exactly is going on, how to get those people, where to get those people. They don't trust the system. The new distributor doesn't trust the system because they've never worked in anything like this. They're completely new to this industry. They don't understand how the compounding works. And a lot of the times we don't, as upline or as sponsors, we don't always explain to them how the compounding works and what that means for their financial lives, for the people's financial lives. We don't show them the whole chain of events that will happen and the activities that need to go into building this business. So a lot of the people are completely lost at the beginning. So they also don't understand how to use the compounding to build their wealth. They also don't understand how ever appreciating debt cripples their ability to ever acquire wealth, which we've just talked, as if you are making 25, 30,000 a year, forget about accumulating $1 million in assets, because that's just not going to happen. So we need to show them an escape route. We need to show them how this works. We need to show them how the compounding works for building the wealth, and that they can actually change their current situation. They are in charge of their future, and with these tools it's entirely possible, because there are no investments but just the time. Since they don't know how compounding works, they also don't understand the geometric progression, because they've never seen anything like this explanation. So and it is our job as a sponsor to, once a new person comes on board, to show exactly how the marketing plan comes alive with the geometric progression. So why are we not aware of these things? Well, we've all been raised in a peddling paradigm. We've only known direct marketing approach, direct sales approach, where you basically peddle, you peddle, you get the product, you sell lots of a product, and the more product you sell, the more you get paid. Well, in the direct marketing approach, basically it all depends on how much product each one individual salesperson sells. Well, MLM is a different paradigm. It's a completely different paradigm, as you can see. It is all about compounding. So let's review that. Traditional direct marketing versus MLM. In the traditional marketing, you will see a pyramid. That's what pyramid is, really. The CEO is at the top of the company. Underneath there's a president, and there's vice president, and there's middle management, and then there's worker bees like you and I, the staff and the employees. And what do they do? Let's say one of the staff members is a broker, and that's just kind of a real estate industry. Broker can hire different agents, and then the more agents the broker hires, the more he can train, the better he can do, but he's the one that owns the brokerage license. So what happens is that he trains and trains the agents, and they keep selling those houses, and they keep running like crazy, to appointments and driving clients around. Well, who makes all the money? Basically the broker, and agents get just peanuts. And then let's say Robert, the agent, decides to also acquire his brokerage license, because he's been in the industry for 5 to 6 years and he kind of understands how it works. What happens is, as Robert becomes his own boss, he basically leaves his broker, and he sets up his own brokerage, his own business. What happens to the broker's business is that he's just lost a valuable resource. In fact, not only just lost a valuable resource, he also acquired a competition. And the more agents leave, as they become more and more experienced and become brokers, the more competition there is. And this kind of repeats. So now, any broker is faced with an increased competition, less opportunity, and continuous unending training of new coming agents. It's just never ending. Who makes all the profits, I guess, is the CEO of the company. Pick any company in your area and just kind of trace the same behavior amongst all these people. Most of the employees are never participating in the profit sharing and are never allowed to lead and receive any kind of commission from the company business. Only the top management, the president, and the CEO are. Well, MLM marketing is very, very different. So here we only invest time. We invest time into the people, we train them, and we actually are very interested in them becoming their own business owners, their own successful leaders, because the better they are, the more people they bring, the better we train them, the more people they bring, the more people they train, the bigger their structure is, and we make a percentage, a small percentage off of their total sales for our coaching and our hand-holding and our time investment into them. So what happens here is that we get to each profit share the total, and we each get to benefit from this particular model. And as the model grows, a lot of the questions that I get is, oh, is this a pyramid? Well, it isn't, because we all we make commission only on the 3 levels underneath, each one of us. So let's say I make commission on 3 levels underneath me. Well, my 3rd level is inaccessible to Boris because he only makes on 3 levels underneath him. So this business is completely fair, because if my 3rd level is really large and really has very deep roots and very wide, I can potentially make more money than Boris if I build a wider business, because he does not have the access to my 3rd level. However, the company was generous enough that it allowed us to profit share. So our annual bonus, our chairman's bonus, profit sharing program, allows us to access our entire structure as a once a year bonus. So this is a very different concept. We work not on a linear scale. We do not work, we do not get paid on an hourly basis. We get paid on the non-linear geometrical progression basis, and it's all based on a time investment. So with this paradigm shift, traditional marketing, instead of a few people selling a lot of product, network marketing paradigm has a lot of people selling just a few products. So that's entirely doable for everyone. And considering the fact that network marketing was invented only about 50 years ago, it took the world by storm. I mean, millions and millions of people around the world have made their wealth only thanks to the network marketing industry. That's the only industry where you can invest absolutely nothing but your time and become fairly wealthy in about 4 to 5 years. So why do people join? Next question. Now we're talking about people. So why do they join? They join the company. They join the products. Company stability, company success, company longevity, it all basically talks and attracts new recruits. Products need to be stable. They need to be wide, wide use of products. We cannot use the fad products because they go out of style. We cannot use technology products because they're obsolete in 3 to 5 years. But something that has longevity seems to attract people. Another factor that makes people join is you. Are you fun? Do they trust you? Are you a leader? And then them. That's something that's totally uncontrollable. You cannot control them. Is this the right time for them? Maybe not. Are they open to additional income opportunity? Maybe not, or not at this time. Are they ready? Maybe they're not ready. Maybe they're still questioning themselves. So because of this factor is completely uncontrollable, the objective is for us to invite as many people as possible. We are just a messenger. We are not converting here anyone into, and we're not trying to convince anyone. We're just inviting to listen to our business opportunity as many people as possible. So it is the business of selection. Obviously, many of you have heard this already. Because it is the business of selection, we need to approach it very simple. So let's say that you have a deck of cards. So your role is to find 50 or 60 people as cards in the decks. And so you find, basically you find a diamond out of a bunch of rocks. That's what a leader is. You know, obviously, if every one of us was a leader, we would be all a president and a chief executive officer of some major company, which never is the fact. So as you can understand, we're looking for leaders, for people who are in charge of their future, for people who do want to change their lives, for people who are not lazy and they are not complainers and they like to take and willing to take the steps that are we are required to take to build our future. So, so if let's say each card in the deck of cards was that one person, that one diamond that we needed, and all we needed to do according to our model is to find 4 or more aces or diamonds, 4 or more diamonds in these cards. So basically you just keep looking and flipping each card over to see if it's a diamond. That's exactly the kind of process we go through. We flip each card in the deck of cards to see if it's a diamond, and if it's a diamond, we set it aside and we keep looking again. So it is not about converting, erasing what's written on a card and writing a diamond on it. It's not possible. It's about looking for them. So recruiting is our main activity, I guess, because of that. And again, why is that? Because we're building a business. We're not selling a product. We do need to do some of the sales, but sales is not the key activity here. A lot of people might ask, well, if everybody is recruiting, who's going to be selling? Well, we're all going to be selling because, first of all, we will be using the products, and a family of 4 typically uses an average from between 1 and 2 case credits of products a month. So then we are teaching you how to create 20 to 30 clients right away, which will give you those additional case credits necessary to meet the quota. It's a very, very small quota, believe me. Those 4 case credit requirement per month is simply is a very simple amount, and it becomes automatic very fast. So it is small, very minute, and it ensures you access the team bonus. It doesn't have nothing to do with the regular sales commission. You still get your sales commission even if you didn't meet the 4 case credits minimum. But the 4 case credits ensures the continuation of your receiving of the team bonus. So if you like the product and the company, could you find 4, 5 of the people who also like the products and the company? That's basically could be a part of your recruiting speech. So the products are very wide range, the company is very stable. If you find 4 or 5 people who also like the products and the company, bingo, you got the first level. And then you get those 4 or 5 to also use the products, recommend the products, and invite others to look at the business opportunity. Those are the 3 key activities that we do. So the key is for them to believe they can do it. If they don't believe they can do it, they will never join. In fact, they will never join until they believe they can do it. So these are the 3 basic rules for someone to build their own business and their own team. And these are the 3 main activities. It is very, very important to stick to those activities. So second topic that we're going to discuss is the products and sales. So that's the second cornerstone of this business. In order to get paid, something must be sold. Something must be sold every month in order to get paid every month. And sales is easy as long as everyone on the team loves the products. So just by reading these 3 rules, you realize that the kind of people that we're looking for. We're looking for people who love the products, who want to change their lives, who are, you know, leaders. So here's an example, traditional marketing. In order for traditional marketing to work, we would need to hire, let's say, 100 sales reps. We give them each a sales area and district around the country, and we require some quota. Let's say $10,000 a month of sales for each one of those 100. So for us, as a sales manager or a district manager, we need to meet ourselves. We need to meet a quota of $1 million a month. So 100 sales reps multiplied by $10,000 of sales quota per each equals that $1 million. So now you see here that's one of the reasons why a lot of the people don't like sales, because they're only familiar with this kind of sales. They're familiar with thousands and thousands of dollars of quota per month, which makes them incredibly stressed out, which makes them work long hours, which makes them run around like crazy, knocking on doors, etc., etc. You've probably seen many of those come through your door, from AT&T, from you know, different other companies that are in town, you know, asking if you'd like to sign up, or roofing or whatnot, asking you to sign up for some kind of a plan or buy some kind of a service. Those are salespeople that are faced with a huge quota. And guess what I give them in return? I give them my business card. I ooh and ah at them, and I say, I'm so sorry you have to work these long hours. I'm so sorry you have to go in this cold or this heat and knock on the doors. This is ridiculous. You know, because they give me their number right there on the card. And I give them my card, and then I talk to them. So the network marketing paradigm is, we have lots of sales reps. Let's say at some point of time we have 10,000 sales reps in our network, which is not very many. Some of the top leaders have 30, 40, 100,000 people in their network within 5 years. So it's not very uncommon to get that, because you're not the only one hiring them all. You're hiring first line, and the first line hires second line hires third line, etc., etc. You just need to find quality people that will do the same. So let's say we have lots of sales reps. There are no boundaries. There are no sales areas. There are no quotas, and the quota is really, really pathetic. It's $100 a month. So that $100 a month multiplied by 10,000 reps gives me the same amount, $1 million a month. So what would you rather do? Would you rather just hire lots of sales reps and them do a little, and them actually have a happy life, run this business part-time, run this business full-time, do whatever they want to do, as opposed to, you know, whip 100 sales reps into submission of producing $10,000 a month sales quota? I would rather do the network marketing. And that is where you see the most happy people, is in network marketing. The third cornerstone is money, or as we call it, compensation plan. There are so many different ways of compensation that the companies use. You earn various percentages based on your level, always. Based on the level you're at, you might be earning a different percent as a team bonus on various qualified distributors. So for instance, as an assistant manager, I am earning 5% on the supervisory level, 8% on the assistant supervisor level, and I believe, was it 13% on the novice customer. So right there, typically across many different MLM companies, you earn roughly 10% on your total group sales. So if you were to add everybody together, you roughly, plus or minus, earn about 10% of your total group sales. So for instance, you sold $10,000 worth of products. You and your team sold $10,000 worth of products last month. So you probably earned about $1,000. So Fourth cornerstone is asset value or residual income. The necessary factors here are leadership, products, and company leadership, believe it or not. So that is the reason why the residual income works. So let's visit the leadership. It is ability to inspire. Leadership, by leadership we here mean you as a leader. Your ability to inspire affects how long your income will last. So we've seen many leaders that have started very, very well, and then 2-3 years down the road, they just kind of ran out of steam. They kind of said, oh, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I know, personally, I know a couple of people that have been in MLM industry before, and they just, there's just something that didn't work for them, that just, they couldn't continue to lead their people. They couldn't, they left. So how you inspire others to grow personally, that's one of the key skills or traits of a leader. How to challenge your team members to overcome their fears. Very important. How many powerful relationships you build that can withstand many adversities. Relationships, if you notice, this word is capitalized here, because we are in a relationship building business. It is what it is, and there's nothing we can change here, but your income will be directly linked to your ability to continue and keep relationships with people. Products is the next necessary factor. As we talked before, fad products and technology products will not be in demand in 40 to 50 years. A business that has something that is a fad, that product that disappears pretty quickly, or technology product that outlives itself in 3 to 5 years, is not something that you want to start MLM business with. So products are extremely important. Looking at the company like Forever Living and noticing that we have a very stable set of products that everybody uses every day makes us completely stable and completely secure for the next 40 to 50 years, if not 100. Everyone's going to always use supplements. Everyone wants more energy. Everyone wants to be happy. We have the most pure, the most organic, the most unique products on the market. We are a leader at in monopoly at aloe vera production. We're a leader in monopoly at bee products production, purest and most organic bee products. So, do you love the products? Very, very important. Can you recommend them? Because if you don't love the products, most likely you will never want to recommend them. So that this is where it makes or breaks you or your business with MLM company. Do not join if you do not like the products, or if you don't think the products are not widely used. That's a very important thing. And would you use them as a customer? And family is very important here. Would you use them as a family? Would you give your kids our products? Would you give would you recommend the products to other families and other kids? So if not, then this is not the right company for you. Company leadership is a necessary factor as well. Committed, dedicated to longevity of the company. Why is that? Is because we are in a wealth building industry. And if the company leadership is not committed to creating business plan that will support residual income and wealth, it will not generate the residual income and wealth. So it needs to be very long-term business plan that builds residual income and wealth. And that idea can come only from the company leadership. We're very blessed with Rex. Not only is he incredibly moral, man and of high morals and compassion and kindness, but the family culture of the company that has become, family, is such that to empower people to make the best out of their lives. This is exactly why it is no cost to enter the company. This is exactly why that we have a very generous compensational plan and very generous time for people to actually learn the ropes. The 4 case credits requirement does not come until the supervisor position. So the company gives you plenty of time to learn your ropes, to build your customer base. It does not flood you with products. The company does not have mandatory shipping of a bunch of products to you every month so that you can retail it from your house. The company does not have membership fees. The company does not have demotions. The company is a very moral company and very generous company, and it treats its distributors like a family. And that's why we have a profit-sharing plan, is because Rex is an incredibly generous person. He doesn't have to do it, but this is the only company that has profit-sharing plan. In every other company, there might be annual bonuses, but they're not connected to the profits that the company acquires, generates. So power of compounding. It does not matter how much you sell. It just matters that you sell a little. So here's a very, very clear picture. So let's just calculate here very quickly. Here's you who hired four people into your first level. So let's say every one of these 4 would sell a very minimum $200 worth of product a month. So 200 times 4 is 800. Okay, $800, roughly 10% of it is $80. So that's how much you get off of your very first level. Okay, well, let's see that now each one of those 4 people had just hired another 4 each. So now it makes 16 people in your second level. So, and let's say that each one of those 16 had just hired had just generated $200 of sales in a month. So that's 16 times 200. That makes it $3,200, and 10% of that is $320. So your second level, as you can see, gives you more income than your first level. So now let's look at the third level, where each one of those 16 people brought 4 each, and each one of those 64 had sold $200 worth of product. That makes it $12,800. So 10% of it is $1,280. So you can see that third level makes you, pays you even more. And the fifth level, as you can see, 256 people that make $200 each, it's $51,200 in sales. So you're earning $5,120 from your fourth level. So altogether, if you added all these numbers, it would be $6,800 a month total. So you can see here that 75% of your monthly total is coming from your fourth level. So this is why we need to build deep. And this is why we need to train right and build fast. The faster we build, the faster this knowledge will spread and people start working. The faster people start working, the faster you're gonna get to the fourth level. So in conclusion, you know, you can invest and save and invest and save and do all these different things, but at the end, it's going to be very hard work. In MLM marketing industry, most of people start making about $5,000 to $6,000 a month of residual income within the first 3 years. So this $5,000 dollars in residual income equates to $1 million in assets minus management and broker fees. Which means that if, let's say, right now you had $1 million in assets and you were to invest that, in 3 years you will have $5,000 a month of residual income from those assets, subtracting management and broker fee. But you don't have the $1 million to invest today. All you have is your time. So $10,000 a month residual income equates to $2 million in assets. But you don't have the $2 million, and you won't. Probably, unless you make $500,000 a year for a period of 10 years and, you know, cutting yourself left and right, maybe you can save up and invest enough to generate that residual income. So bottom line is 4 years from now is coming, and whether you want it or not, it's coming. And if we don't do something about it now, we never will get to where we want to get. In fact, as you know, the degradation of wages is happening every year. Insurance rates are skyrocketing, and kids are growing and need cars and colleges. So this is one of the reasons why we're all in this business, is because we want to build a financially stable, willable business that we can leave to our children. Okay, upcoming events. Now, since we've learned what MLM industry is, one of the things I wanted to say is that, repeat from the previous session, is that many new distributors in this industry do not realize that there is a reason why we all go to company events. The reason is such that it's not only to mingle with people and to get trained. It's not only to network and meet each other and meet the management, etc. It is statistically proven that those of us who go to large global events double their business in the next year. It is not funny, but it is the truth. So why does it happen? Is because you gain additional knowledge, you gain additional confidence at events like this. You come back literally flying on your own wings. You don't realize that you're going to meet so many successful people that sometimes never even had finished school or high school or college. Or sometimes they were broke and they were living on the streets before they met the MLM opportunity. You don't realize that this industry changes people's lives forever. You don't realize that unless you go to events like this, you don't realize that this may have been the greatest opportunity that your sponsor reached out to you and told you about this. And when you come back from events like this, you lose all your fears and you lose all your shyness and you lose all your discomfort of approaching people. You realize what a great opportunity this is, and that you can change someone's life by telling them about this. And there's nothing to be ashamed here in telling anyone about our greatest products and our greatest opportunity. So if you know anyone who is serious about this, this business and wants to make it work and wants to double their volume over the next year, please persuade them and talk to them about coming to Scottsdale in February. And if they can, absolutely incredible event in Dubai, global rally with big checks, April 2nd through 10th. Okay, so now it's your time. Well, if you need any help Please speak up. We can open the lines, and if you need any help with your customer acquisition, with your monthly orders towards your 4 case credits, if you need any help generating repeat customers, following up, staying focused, or recruiting, we're here for you to help. So, Boris, you can open up the lines if you'd like.